Stop shrinking now. Stop shrinking yourself to make other people feel big and great and adequate. Stop dimming your light so that other people can shine. I just had a situation because you know me, y'all know only talk about what I experienced. And I just had a situation where I had to check myself in real time where I knew that though I was not in competition, though I was not competing, though I wasn't trying to be egotistical, I was in a situation where I was just being myself. And just me being myself had incited insecurities in somebody else. And so I found myself in real time saying, well, all right, I'm going to hold back. I'm going to not do this. I'm going to not do that. And I checked myself in real time like, oh, these are those moments that you struggle with, that you talk about, that has created so much trauma for you. So definitely don't shrink. Go all the way. Show out, nigga. And so I knew in that moment that if I would have left that place, not showing up fully as me for the sake of making somebody else comfortable, that I would have been disappointed in myself because I had the awareness now. You know, back then when I was a kid, when I was growing up, when I was younger, I didn't have the awareness. So I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why you need to stop shrinking and why you don't need to make yourself feel small to help somebody feel good about themselves. Because the truth of the matter is, no matter what you do, just by you existing, they'll always be intimidated because it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. So what up, y'all? I'm Jamai, and we finally passed 100 episodes. So I'm really, really grateful. I'm really excited. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to figure out better ways to engage in different topics and while still staying authentic. But this is Manifesting Stardom. This is my journey to being the biggest star in the world. And yeah, this is what we'll be talking about today. So the first point is playing small is a form of fear, not humility. You told yourself it was kindness, but it was actually avoidance. You weren't protecting a person. You were protecting yourself from the feelings of awkwardness or tension or jealousy. Excuse me. But the truth of the matter is, no matter what you do, you're going to shine. If you continue to be the version of yourself that you desire to be, you're going to always shine. The part of being 1% is the simple fact that you're the 1%, which means you're not going to be able to relate to other people, which means that other people are going to see you and it's going to highlight what they're not doing with themselves. So when you in shape, it highlights the insecure person that, damn, I need to get in shape. When you are making moves and posting content, is going to highlight the jealous person that says they post content but they don't. You know what I'm saying? When you have a productive income or create multiple streams of income and it shows, or the longevity shows, a jealous person that says they do it is going to be a hater. So people going to either be inspired by you, or they're going to hate on you, or they're going to do both. And so it's up to us to not let that affect us. And I know for me, that's one of my biggest traumatic triggers growing up. It's just always being a center of attention, always being talented, coming from a situation where my mom was murdered and so many people in my area knew about it. And I just got a lot of attention, and it created a lot of jealousy. It created a lot of envy. It created a lot of, even if my mom didn't die or get murdered, because she was the same way. She was vibrant. She was the life of the party. She was the center of attention in a lot of scenarios. She was strong-willed, outspoken, all the things that I am. And that just naturally creates animosity sometimes. And so when you're a person that you really want to be liked and you really want to make friends, or you really don't want people to think that about you, you do things so that people will like you. And the whole time, it's nothing you can do. They're going to always hate on you unless you literally let them step on you like trash. And I've experienced that even up until recent years. And so it's something I'm still working on. But the scripture for that is Matthew 5:15. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand. Why would God give you this gift, this talent, this personality, this purpose, for it to be hidden? excuse me, for it to be hidden. God didn't design you to dim your light so others will feel comfortable. If you hide it, you actually are being disobedient. God created you to create, to be an artist, to be a musician, to be a, a screenwriter, a journalist, a therapist, a physician, and you're hiding those abilities. You're not going and perfecting and honing that craft for the sake of being relative or touchable for people who don't want you to be your greatest self, or people who don't want to be their greatest selves. So you're actually sinning by not being your best self, because God created you to do what it is that you were created to do. When you shrink, that's a good one. When you shrink, you train people to undervalue you. For sure. I have tons of experiences and examples where niggas had me messed up. Niggas had me messed up, and it was my fault. They thought higher of me than I thought of myself. And then what ended up happening was I adjusted. I adjusted their perception of me. They thought higher of me, but because I saw their insecurities, because I saw where their weaknesses were, because I saw their intimidation, I lowered myself to make them feel comfortable. I have hundreds of examples. I'm not even exaggerating. I think the biggest part is because as an artist and as a spiritual person, I am so sensitive to other people's energies. I'm so sensitive. I'm so observant. I'm so compassionate for other people. So when I see some level of discomfort, my natural response is to help try to fix it. And so if the easy response is for me to just pipe down, that's what I naturally go to, because my first thought is, well, I'm already confident in who I am. It's like, for example, like let's say, for example, like I'm a singer, right? And let's say I always sing. I sing for a living. People know me for singing. Everybody know I can sing. But let's say I come in a situation where I'm at a karaoke bar, or I'm in a situation where other people sing and they know me or they don't know me, right? And it's somebody that like wants to sing and wants to be on stage, or I'm all for them being the center of attention and them being on stage. I'm all for also not singing. Like I'll just not sing or whatever. In fact, I'm going to encourage you. You feel me? And so that's kind of how I always look at it when it's scenarios that's not music related. It's just like me being me. It's like, oh well, I don't gotta be. I'm cool. I already have everything I need to make me feel good about myself. So I'm cool with taking the background and letting that person shine, because they need that. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I rationalize it. But the reality is, if I was created to, for instance, with the singing scenario I just gave, the reality is, if I was created to sing and somebody asked me to sing, I ain't supposed to get on stage and not do my best, or I ain't supposed to just sit there and not sing because no, I was created to sing. Has nothing to do with what that other person desires or has or wants, or even me outshining them. If I'm going to outshine them, I'm going to outshine them. That's just the bottom line. But I don't look at it that way. But certainly God doesn't condone me not singing at all, or God doesn't condone me singing and then not giving my best. And I think that's what we do. Sorry, my nose is so stuffy. I know I say it all the time. I'm working on it. I'm really working on the dairy, trying to get this dairy out of my system, man. But it's kind of bad. But that's another thing. Like, I wouldn't normally do videos this stuffy, but I'm like, F it. Like, I'm going to get it done one way or the other. So y'all going to see the raw, unfiltered version of me. So I know I'm always stuffy. Y'all ain't got to tell me in the comments. I'm getting on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But the scripture for that is Proverbs 22:29. Do you see something skilled? Do you see someone skilled in their work? They will stand before kings. Your excellence is supposed to be seen. It's what elevates you into new rooms. You have to show your excellence. If you hide it, you stay around people who can only handle the smaller version of you. Preach, preach, preach. You will only be, and it'll drive you crazy because you know you're capable of more, and you know you're surrounded by people who aren't capable of doing what you see yourself doing, and so that just drives you crazy. That'll just drive you crazy. The last point is your gift is not a competition, it's a responsibility. This is where you correct your mindset. You are not better than people in a superior sense, but you are, because you're operating on a higher level. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with responsibility. It comes with responsibility. It's responsible. It comes with the responsibility of showing people what's possible, raising the standard, leading, not shrinking, but leading and inspiring people, And so the scripture for that is Luke 12:48. It says, to whom much is given, much is required. Your strength, your discipline, your consistency, that's not just for you to have, That's for you to embody fully, but to show other people. Shrinking is wasting the gift, Shrinking is wasting a gift, you know what I'm saying? You don't even have to make people uncomfortable on purpose. You're just going to make people uncomfortable, because what you're going to do is you're going to show them that they could be working harder. You're going to show them that they could do it too, but they're not doing it. And so some people will respond to that positively and say, I'm inspired, I want to do better. And some people will just try to shrink you to make what you're doing not look as impressive or be more mundane. And so it's up to you to identify that, like I just did the other day. I identified like, oh, I'm trying to shrink right now because I realize that there's a level of intimidation in this scenario. But not so. You got to continue to strive and thrive and do better. So, yeah. Keep doing better, man. You'll never fully step into your fullness unless you continue to unless you don't allow people to shrink you. So, don't allow people to shrink you. Do what you got to do. Make it happen. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.